It's early in the morning, guys. Gotta get up and catch a worm. I done broke my pinch clamp this morning in the first 10 minutes. And I was gonna show you guys a big log and a little log, just how much difference it takes in time to cut one. We're running resharps. Been running this about an hour, well actually an hour, so I need to change it, but we're gonna cut these and see. This next log is about 33 inches on one end. Not a super big log, but it's big enough. We'll see if we can't tear through it real fast. And this one here is just a normal size 12-foot log, the one that's on there. We're just gonna square it up to a 10, let the guys edge it. Barely able to grab that one. See my pinch clamp? I bent it this morning and it's barely staying in there. See the head on it's all, well you can't tell because I've got it clamped, but I'll back up here a little bit. Still can't tell. Anyway, I had a big old log on there and knocked that thing out of there and then rolled it down and bent it. And I took a block and put back behind it and bent it back the other way until I get my new one. Trying to get this right side flat. Best thing you can do is get that as far down as possible, and that way when you flip it over you don't get a big bow up or it jump out of the clamp from having so much flex. Which that one's soft, it ain't gonna have much flex, but you get a dry log on there and you leave a big run on it for this material where you're busting down, and then you try to clamp it, it'll jump up out of that clamp sometimes. So you gotta try to get it down to at least, I try to get them where there's no more than 6 boards. See that next log on there. It's a pretty big one. You can tell it's heavy in the clamp too. See if we can get it around. Big old knot-headed thing. Gonna have to go up. See if I can shear some of these ears off as I go. You gotta watch, that thing will hit that blade and knock it off. If you run it backwards, that gives you a little bit of room to cut off a bigger ear. And then you can just keep going backwards. And that'll keep on letting you. See? You gotta get them ears off. That thing's wider than the chute is for my blade, so I can't really get it cut. I think that right there will let me get the big ear off. Ah. Alright, now we got it whooped. Takes a lot more work to saw these big logs. Go ahead and get this ear off here. As I try to turn it over, it won't let me get through it. You can tell on this side over here it's still too wide in this area, so I'll flip it again, cut that knot off, and then flip it all the way over. And we're just trying to get this down to a 14 3/4 to go through the edger. Main goal is to get them on the mill, off the mill. We're not sawing grade out of this, even though sometimes it looks like it on these bigger logs because you got to flip it so many times. pretty hard at the end of it. I left a little shim on this side here just to make sure it was good when I flipped it over. I'm at 19 right now from the bed rail to the blade. See if I can get it down 14 3/4 with a couple of cuts and not get stuck. But you can see even I cut that knot off and it's still real close up here at that front. This back side's good now where I shaved that big ear off. One more and we got it down there. I believe we're going to be able to cut this log down even at 30 something inches in less than 12 minutes, I'd say. We'll see. Maybe less than 10 minutes. Because I've got it squared up now to where I want it. Now I just got to chop it down. I always love when I get the side flipped up and I can just fly through. This is about 15 inches wide, 14 3/4 actually. Listen to that motor bog when it gets towards the end and that board's putting all that pressure on it from being long. What can you guys bog your Super 70s down to? So on the Super 70, it shows your blade speed. Mine will start out at like 57.5, and I can bring it down to like 4,500 before the blade will slip. Maybe a little lower. Or even on a normal mill, you know, if you can see the RPM. I can't remember on the other ones if you can see it or not. For you guys that are looking to delete your mills that are above 17, I may have a video coming, but I'm curious if you guys have deleted your Super 70s, as in you got one past 2017 that has the DPF system on it. We've deleted our 22, and I've got a whole bunch of info for you guys that are looking to do that. But if you have done that and had it tuned, what issues have you had with it? When we first started, we had issues where every 100 hours it would go into burnout mode, and I'm dealing with a couple of guys right now that are having those issues, and so I'm just curious what kind of issues you guys are having that have deleted them as far as the tune, or are you having to leave any lights on? Anyway, we got this log whooped. I'll have to look at the time on it. I don't know what it is, but probably 12 minutes or so to cut that big old log down. Maybe 15, I don't know. But we can whack them down pretty quick. I've got it bogged down to 4,800, 4,700. I had to let out right there. I could hear it getting tight. Anyway, I hope you have a good day, and hopefully this will help some of you guys when you're looking at logs and stuff, kind of trying to figure how long it takes. These Super 70s eat them.